Jumping in here real quick to tell you, I would love for you to take advantage of this bonus course inviting Muslims to follow Jesus, because I remember way back when I knew that I wanted to be one of those 1 in a million people reaching Muslims. I mean, I saw that chart in perspectives that said there were 3 people reaching every million Muslims, and that was just not okay with me. But I didn't know anything about reaching out to Muslims. I had never met a Muslim, and some of you have heard my story about that. And so I thought, how in the world am I going to talk to Muslims? Because it was so different than anything I'd experienced before. And so I had started out, I thought, okay, I know the 4 spiritual laws, I know the bridge diagram, I could try being a friend for a couple of years. But I felt like Muslims were so different than me. And I had already had some difficult experiences trying to reach out to LDS and other faith-based backgrounds not similar to mine, just, running into a wall, and it wasn't going to work. And I needed to know a better way. And I had a friend named Neil doing just crazy things around the world. He still is. And he said, come with me to this week-long Common Grounds conference. So I paid for it in time and money. Now, it's going to take a lot more time to go to something like that than it is to go through my course, right? Because I needed something new. I needed new insights, new tools. And that week changed so much about how I view my own faith, how I share my faith with Muslims and really anyone, and even how I viewed God. And I went through a couple of years of just practicing with my Muslim friends. I took more training from all different kinds of people. I followed people around. And as you know, I worked with the Iraqis and people from India. We moved to India to live among Muslims. And so a lot of practical experience trying some new ways to build bridges of common ground into Muslim friendships and to invite them to follow Jesus and to come into the kingdom of God. And so what happened was so amazing. I could talk to any Muslim anywhere. I still can. I love to see a covered woman just anywhere, because instantly I can make a friend, get in, be welcomed and accepted, feel very comfortable. I know the language. I can talk easily about spiritual things to any Muslim. And my Muslim friends would be so delighted always to have me over. People are so afraid of Muslims, and I'm not. They would beg me to come and pray over them. And they would say, like my friend Linda from Saudi Arabia, when I gave her a Bible, she was going back, I gave her an Injil. We had exchanged lots of stories and playtimes with kids. And she kissed the Bible and the Injil, which is the Arabic word for the Bible, and she said, you understand me. My family will love and accept you. You can come to Saudi Arabia anytime. You are so close to God. I want what you have. And people then began to ask me to teach them what I knew, and how I was able to just enter in so quickly and have spiritual conversations that were authentic and genuine and well received. And so before the pandemic, I would travel around the country and do these trainings, sometimes for a week with people. And during the pandemic, couldn't travel anymore, and I put this whole Neighbors and Nations course together. And this was the bonus, because it was my training that I had put together over a decade of just my own experiences with working with Muslims. I think it will give you some new insight. It may flip the way you think about it. Even if you have a lot of experience with Muslims, I'm always getting new insight from people who are working with Muslims right now. Someone is overseas right now working with our people group that I worked with. And so many people are coming to faith, like 500 people they're reading the Bible with. And I sent over like a whole list of questions, like what is happening? How did they cross over? What are they? I'm learning always. So even if you have a lot of experience with Muslims, you might really enjoy my role plays and just the simpler way I explain things. Because what I realized is that it didn't actually have to be so complicated. People might not need a week-long training, at least right away, in order to put into practice simple things. I'm going to teach you simple things, and I'm going to give you guides for each lesson that go way deeper if you want to. But if you put into practice some of these very simple things that I want to show you and principles without wallowing in too much academic background and apologetics, because you really don't need that right now. Actually don't. And while still giving you access to the deep stuff, right? But if you put into practice just those things, that's all you need really to start making friends with Muslims that are very intentional. So I created this 6-lesson journey. It's outlining simple, practical, but profound, jam-packed with value ways on how to love and respect and offer Jesus and the kingdom of God to Muslims. So this actually is a free bonus. And so I'm offering you right now the add-on paid bonus. For the last 2 years, I haven't offered this separately, and so I'm just doing this one time and see what happens. I just remember when I had a few Muslim friends and I realized how different it was to talk to them about Jesus, and I needed to quickly learn the words, the bridging ways. I know how to, I can tell you how to handle the very common objections that will come up in every conversation with Muslims. And also I role play how to share good news with Muslims in an honor shame culture and in a power fear culture. I give you a Bible story each to role play it, and then I have some extra bonus goodies when you get in there too. Some role plays that I did on Facebook Live. I just included those links for you. You'll learn 4 bridging principles, the most important honorable words and prophets in Arabic. You'll learn deeper cultural ways to speak to Muslims. As I said, you'll watch me in some role plays. I'll help you understand worldview. And then you're going to get a very special treat with an hour-long discussion with a fruitful colleague of mine who is Indian and who is sharing perspective from working 2 decades with Muslims in India as a national. So it's so valuable. And I think you're going to love all the downloadable guides as well, because I'm giving you what you might get in a semester-long course, but in a very simple way. Here's all the prophets' names, and here's what they are in Arabic. Just learn those. Here's the kingdom circles, and just scribble it out. Try it. So there's lots of guides. There's 5 guides in there that I think you're going to find super valuable. So come on in, check it out. Thanks. Hopefully I'll see you on the inside.